Imagine walking into a single building where you can buy school shoes, fresh tomatoes, a birthday cake, motor oil, a phone charger, a mattress, and get your glasses adjusted and still have money left in your pocket. Now imagine that this place did not start as a giant corporate machine, but as a focused attempt to answer one stubborn question. How can we give everyday people more for less in the fewest possible trips? That question is the quiet engine behind Walmart Supercenters. If you are an entrepreneur, unemployed, underemployed, or on Social Security, this story matters more than it seems, because buried inside the fluorescent lights and long aisles are idea generation principles you can copy at a tiny scale. How to combine things cleverly, how to respect people's time as much as their money, and how to turn low prices from a slogan into a system. Part 1. Introduction, Purpose, and Audience. This training story is written for people who want practical ways to ideate new products or services without huge budgets. Entrepreneurs just starting out, the unemployed and underemployed, and people on Social Security looking to create small but real opportunities. We will use Walmart Supercenters as a case study, not to glorify big corporations, but to reverse engineer their thinking. What exactly is a supercenter? Why it became so important to millions of low and middle-income families, and how its core ideas can inspire small, local, or online ventures. We will compare Walmart Supercenters with other companies and formats, and then draw out 8 principles for idea generation. In this first part, we will cover the first 3 principles, each with a clear explanation, 3 common mistakes others make, and concrete lessons you can apply immediately. Section 1. Walmart Supercenters, what they are and why they matter. What is a Walmart Supercenter? A Walmart Supercenter is a very large retail store format that combines a full grocery supermarket with a general merchandise store under one massive roof. In a typical supercenter, you will find fresh produce, meat, dairy, frozen foods, pantry staples, household goods, cleaning supplies, paper products, clothing, shoes and accessories, electronics, toys and home entertainment, furniture, bedding and home decor, health and beauty items, pharmacy services, seasonal goods, garden supplies, and often automotive services. The core idea is simple but powerful. One destination where a household can complete almost all of its routine shopping in a single trip, usually at what the company positions as very low prices. Why Walmart Supercenters are important. For product ideation, Walmart Supercenters show how, first, combining categories can create new value. Instead of just being a grocery store or a department store, a supercenter merges them. The magic is not only in having many items, but in reducing the number of separate trips and decisions a shopper must make. The value is time saved, fuel saved, and mental energy saved. Second, a clear promise can drive an entire system. Walmart's long-standing promise is something like, save money, live better. The Supercenter is one way that promise is made physical. Pricing, product selection, store layout, logistics, and even supplier negotiations are designed to support that promise. Third, scale can be used to lower costs for everyday people. By buying in huge volumes and optimizing operations, Walmart can negotiate lower prices from suppliers and spread fixed costs across many sales. Whatever criticisms people may have, millions of low-income families rely on these savings to stretch paychecks. Fourth, location and accessibility are part of the product. Supercenters are often placed near highways or in growing suburban areas where land is cheaper but reachable by car or public transport. Opening hours are long, parking is vast, ease of access is baked into the concept. Comparisons with other companies and formats versus traditional small groceries and mom-and-pop stores. Small local stores often win on personal service, familiarity, and proximity. They may, however, have higher prices and limited selection. A supercenter trades intimacy for breadth and efficiency, aiming to be a one-stop solution. For small entrepreneurs, the question is not how do I build a giant store, but how can I combine services or products so people make fewer trips or clicks? Versus warehouse clubs. Warehouse clubs like Costco or Sam's Club also offer low prices and large selections, but often require membership fees and focus heavily on bulk quantities. Supercenters keep entry open and sell single units as well as bulk, targeting weekly or even daily shopping patterns. Versus online marketplaces. Online giants let you order almost anything from your couch, but you wait for delivery and may pay separate shipping or membership fees. A supercenter offers immediate possession. See it, buy it, take it home. For low-income shoppers who may lack credit cards, stable addresses, or patience for returns, this immediacy is crucial. The key insight: different formats solve the same base problems: price, selection, convenience, in different ways. As an ideator, you're not copying size, you're copying how a format respects time, money, and hassle. Transition to ideation principles. From Walmart Supercenters, we will extract 8 idea generation principles. In this first part, we explore 3. Combine related needs into one simple trip. Design from the reality of low-income life, not from your fantasy. Build a clear promise and let it guide every small decision. Principle 1. Combine related needs into one simple trip. Explanation. The genius of a supercenter is not just big store. It's that a shopper can go to buy groceries for the week, pick up school supplies, grab a birthday cake, refill a prescription, and maybe change car oil, all in a single physical journey. The principle is, look for clusters of needs that tend to appear together in a person's life, then design an offer that serves several of those needs in one go. For someone who is unemployed or underemployed, a supercenter version might be a home visit service that handles light cleaning, simple repairs, and bill pay help in one appointment. An online session that combines resume review, basic budgeting, and job search planning in one go. A corner stand that sells snacks, phone credit top-ups, and bus tickets together. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, combining too many unrelated things. It's tempting to throw everything into one basket, but if there's no natural connection between the parts, customers feel confused and suspicious. For example, a tiny shop selling haircuts, legal advice, and random electronics repairs without a clear concept may feel chaotic rather than convenient. Second mistake, forgetting the one-trip constraint. Some entrepreneurs say they provide many services, but each requires a different location, different time, different interface. The user still has to make many trips just within the same brand. That misses the core value of consolidation. Third mistake, adding complexity instead of removing it. Combining offerings can accidentally increase the number of steps, forms, or decisions a user must make. If they need to fill out long paperwork or navigate endless menus just to get a simple bundle, the supercenter becomes a maze. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Start by observing what people already bundle. Watch real people, parents who run errands, gig workers between jobs, elders on Social Security stretching a ride downtown. What errands do they stack in the same outing? That's your clue to which services make sense together. Lesson 2. Design one clean path, not many scattered ones. If you bundle A, B, and C, ask yourself, what is the most common sequence people want? Then design that as a single smooth path. For errands that are rare or mismatched, consider leaving them out. Lesson 3. Market the combined benefit, not just the menu. Save one trip. Sort this in one visit. Fix 3 hassles with one call. These are versions of the Supercenter promise that matter deeply to busy or struggling people. Use such language clearly so users know the value is consolidation, not just variety. Principle 2. Design from the reality of low-income life, not from your fantasy. Explanation.
Walmart's rise was built partly on a ruthless focus on the budgets and constraints of lower and middle-income households. Limited cash on hand, need for predictable prices, sensitivity to even small cost changes, need to shop outside of typical 9 to 5 hours, and heavy reliance on cars or shared rides. Store hours, everyday low pricing, bulk pack options, and emphasis on essentials reflect this reality. The Supercenter format didn't assume that customers would be affluent, leisurely, or brand-obsessed. When ideating, especially if you have personally faced unemployment or lived on Social Security, you have an advantage. You understand what it's like when fuel is expensive, how stressful an unexpected expense feels, how important it is for prices to be clear and stable, and how tiring multiple bus rides or walks can be. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, designing for your best day, not for someone's hardest day. Founders often imagine customers with plenty of time.
Part 2. Overview and bridge from Part 1. In Part 1, Walmart Supercenters helped us surface 3 idea generation principles. Combine related needs into one simple trip. Design from the reality of low-income life, not from your fantasy. Build a clear promise and let it guide every small decision. In this second part, we go further inside the engine room of the Supercenter and extract 3 more principles you can use even if you are just one person with a notebook. Curate using data and observation, not with your ego. Blend branded heroes with your own store brand value. Design flows and layout that quietly guide behavior. These apply whether you are running a market stall, a Facebook page, a WhatsApp microstore, or a tiny service business. Principle 4. Curate with data and observation, not with your ego. Explanation. A Walmart Supercenter does not randomly fill shelves. Every category, size, and brand earns its place by numbers and observation. Which items sell fast and which collect dust? Which sizes match how families actually buy? Which combinations of products appear in the same baskets? When certain items underperform, they are reduced or removed. When new needs emerge, for example, gluten-free or plant-based foods, shelf space is found by trimming low performers. For idea generation, curation is choosing what to offer and what not to offer. Data does not need to be fancy software. It can be tally marks in a notebook. The key is to let reality, not your ego, decide. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, stocking what they personally like. Founders often overrepresent their own tastes, favorite brands, flavors, or tools. If they do not match their customers' lives, space and attention are wasted. Second mistake, never pruning the offer. Over time, offers accumulate: old services, slow-moving products, outdated packages. Without pruning, everything becomes cluttered and customers feel overwhelmed. Third mistake, ignoring small signals of change. People start asking for different sizes, new payment methods, or slightly different bundles. Businesses cling to how we've always done it and miss opportunities. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Track basic numbers even on paper. If you sell physical goods, note what sells each day and in what quantities. If you offer services, log which options people pick most often, how long they take, and how many come back. Look at these numbers weekly. Lesson 2. Cut low performers to make room for better experiments. If an item or service rarely moves, consider dropping it or featuring it in a small last chance offer. Use the freed space, physical or mental, to test something new that fits your core promise better. Lesson 3. Listen for repeated requests and patterns. If different people independently ask for the same thing, that's worth trying. If you see certain items often bought together, consider bundling them into a simple package at a clear price. Comparison with other companies.
Streaming platforms like Netflix curate content this way. Titles that hold attention get renewed, those that don't quietly disappear. Small street food vendors do the same when they drop dishes no one orders. Your scale can be tiny, the principle is the same. Principle 5. Blend branded heroes with your own store brand value. Explanation. Walk through a Walmart Supercenter and you'll see famous national brands, hero magnets that people recognize, Walmart's own brands like Great Value or Equate, often cheaper. The heroes draw people in and signal legitimacy. They carry what everyone knows. The store brands quietly offer better price to value in many categories. This mix lets Walmart serve both brand-loyal shoppers and price-sensitive ones. For a small entrepreneur, you may not have formal brands yet, but the idea still applies. Some offers will be your heroes, the things that most people know you for. Others will be house offers, simple, affordable, perhaps less glamorous, but solid. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, trying to make every single offer special and branded. If you obsess equally over branding and storytelling for every tiny thing, you waste energy and confuse customers. Not every nail needs its own brand. Second mistake, relying entirely on big external brands. Some resellers only push well-known labels and never build their own value line. Their margins are thin, and they have little control if those brands change direction or go direct to consumers. Third mistake, hiding quality behind a cheap house brand. If store brand items are obviously lower quality, customers learn to distrust them. They then pay more for national brands or go elsewhere, and your own brand loses credibility. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Identify 1 or 2 hero offers and polish them. These might be your best-selling dish, your most effective coaching package, or your most reliable repair service. Make them easy to find, name them clearly, and tell their story well. Lesson 2. Create a simple, no-frills house option that's truly good value. For example, a basic but solid phone repair package, a plain, affordable meal, or a simple cleaning service. Price it attractively, but don't cut its quality so low that people regret buying it. Lesson 3. Be transparent about differences. Explain simply why something costs more or less. For example, this version uses premium parts, or this house option is plainer but works just as well for everyday use. That honesty builds trust and helps people choose without anxiety. Comparison with other companies. Supermarkets worldwide do this. They place well-known brands beside their own labels. Tech app stores do a version of it. Highly branded flagship apps live next to unknown but useful tools. Your small Facebook shop or service page can mimic this by highlighting a couple of named offerings and a dependable basic line. Principle 6. Design flows and layouts that quietly guide behavior. Explanation. Supercenters aren't just boxes of stuff, they're carefully choreographed. Essentials like milk and bread are often placed deeper inside, so shoppers pass many items on the way. Wide main aisles lead to key departments. Seasonal displays are placed in high traffic zones. Complementary items sit near each other, chips near sodas, batteries near electronics. All of this nudges shoppers to discover more, make certain choices, and move smoothly. For your idea, layout might mean the physical arrangement of a stall or room, the order of steps in a sign-up flow, the way you arrange information on a flyer, website, or WhatsApp catalog. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, making people search for essentials. When basics are hidden or scattered, people get frustrated and leave. If your main button or contact number is hard to find, or your core price is buried, you're doing the same thing digitally. Second mistake, presenting choices in random order. Throwing offers, prices, and information at people without a clear path forces them to think too much. Decision fatigue sets in, and they delay or abandon. Third mistake, not placing related items or steps near each other. If the thing people naturally want next is far away or hidden, you lose easy sales and create friction. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Decide what the main journey should be first and design for that first. For example, person sees post, taps message, chooses from 3 clear packages, pays. Or walks to stall, sees menu, orders combo, pays at one spot. Draw that journey on paper and remove detours. Lesson 2. Put your main actions and essentials in obvious, repeated places. Contact info at the top and bottom of a page. Core offer in the center of a flyer. Best-selling combo at eye level on a stall. Repeat the important things instead of decorating the unimportant. Lesson 3. Place related items together and suggest them gently. If people often buy item A with item B, place them next to each other or mention B when they ask for A. For services, this might mean offering a small add-on at the right moment, not as an overwhelming upsell, but as a natural suggestion. Comparison with other companies. Fast food chains design their menus this way: combos, big pictures, clear value sections. Apps like ride-hailing minimize taps from request to payment. They all know that design shapes behavior more than instructions do. Pulling together Part 2 for everyday use. In this part, we learned from Walmart Supercenters that you can let numbers and observation decide what you keep or cut. You can mix a couple of hero offerings with simple, honest basics. And you...
Part 3. Overview and Bridge. Across the first 2 parts, Walmart Supercenters gave us 6 grounded principles. Combine related needs into one simple trip. Design from the reality of low-income life, not from your fantasy. Build a clear promise and let it guide every small decision. Curate with data and observation, not with your ego. Blend branded heroes with your own store brand value. Design flows and layouts that quietly guide behavior. In this final part, we complete the set with 2 more. Embed yourself in community routines, not just transactions, and build simple, resilient operations that can bend without breaking. Then we turn all 8 into a compact playbook with concrete micro-business examples for entrepreneurs, unemployed, underemployed people, and those on Social Security. Principle 7. Embed yourself in community routines, not just transactions. Explanation. A Walmart Supercenter isn't more than a place to buy things. In many towns, it becomes a weekly rhythm. Payday grocery run, back-to-school rituals, holiday decorating trips, late-night we forgot something stop. People do not just ask, where can I get rice? They ask, when are we going to Walmart? The store becomes part of how families mark time and organize chores. For a small venture, this principle means do not think only in terms of individual sales. Think in terms of recurring patterns and community habits you can align with. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, treating every sale as a one-off. Some businesses behave like one-time fireworks. Big opening, lots of noise, then silence. There is no thought given to why or when people would come back regularly. Second mistake, ignoring local calendars and rhythms. Entrepreneurs sometimes schedule offers or services without regard to local paydays, market days, religious schedules, school terms, or weather cycles. They swim against the current instead of with it. Third mistake, standing apart instead of participating. Some ventures act as if they are above the community. No presence at local events, no collaboration with neighbors, no support for local causes. People then treat them as faceless vendors, not ours.
Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Study the recurring patterns in your area or niche. Ask, when do people get paid, shop, cook big meals, travel, rest, go online most? For example, the day Social Security hits, the local market day, Friday night for takeout, Sunday afternoon for planning. Align your strongest offers and visibility with those peaks. Lesson 2. Create simple recurring anchors. For example, a weekly combo special on market day, a first-of-the-month debt check-in session, a regular live Q&A in your Facebook group. Over time, these anchors become part of people's routines, just like a weekly Walmart run. Lesson 3. Show up where the community already gathers. This could be a stall at a church bazaar, a table at a school fair, a post in a neighborhood WhatsApp group, or volunteering at a local event with your brand visible. The goal is to be seen as woven into community life, not an outsider. Comparison with other companies. Coffee shops that host open mics, libraries that run weekly story times, and barbers who organize back-to-school haircuts all use this principle. They turn a place you go into something you do regularly, which builds defensible loyalty. Principle 8. Build simple, resilient operations that can bend without breaking. Explanation. Behind every neat Walmart aisle is a messy reality. Trucks delayed with weather, suppliers changing costs, staff calling in sick, equipment breaking down. Supercenters survive because operations are designed to absorb shocks, backup suppliers, cross-trained staff, inventory buffers, contingency plans. For a small entrepreneur with limited income, you don't need complex systems. You need simple but conscious resilience. If you ignore operations, a single bad day can undo weeks of progress. Common mistakes companies make. First mistake, over-reliance on a single point of failure. One supplier, one device, one person, one channel. If that one element fails, everything stops. Second mistake, no written process. All the how-to lives in the founder's head. If they are tired, distracted, or absent, quality and consistency crumble. Third mistake, running at the edge of capacity all the time. Always overbooked, always late, always out of stock. There is no small buffer of time, stock, or cash to absorb surprises. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Identify your top few vulnerabilities and create backups. Ask yourself, if my main supplier failed tomorrow, what would I do? If my phone died, how would I contact customers? If I got sick for 3 days, who could cover basic tasks? You don't need perfect backups, just workable ones. A second supplier, a paper log, a trusted neighbor or family member with a short checklist. Lesson 2. Write simple step-by-step instructions for key tasks. Imagine teaching someone to pack orders, respond to new inquiries, run a market stall for one day. Write each task as short numbered steps on one page. This is your first operations manual. It helps you delegate and keeps quality steady even when you're tired. Lesson 3. Leave a tiny buffer in time and stock. Try to avoid scheduling yourself at 100% of your capacity. Aim for something like 80 or 90%, leaving room for overruns. Similarly, keep a small stock of essentials or a tiny cash reserve for emergencies, even if that means growing slightly slower. Comparison with other companies. Delivery services, fast food chains, and pharmacies all live and die by operations. They survive bad weather, supply hiccups, and staffing wrinkles because they plan for them. You can emulate that mindset on a small scale. A compact Supercenter-style ideation playbook. Putting all 8 principles together, here's a simple, reusable sequence. Step 1. Notice and cluster.
Observe small, repeated problems in your life and community. Group them into clusters that could be served in one trip or one session. Step 2. Ground and promise. Choose a cluster that hits low-income realities you understand. Write a one-line promise that mentions your user and the benefit. Step 3. Design the simple trip. Sketch a product or service that solves 2 or 3 related needs in one go. Make sure it passes the tired, low-cash, limited-time test. Step 4. Curate and structure your offers. Decide which is your hero offer and which is your simple basic option. Cut anything that doesn't support your promise or confuses your user. Step 5. Shape the flow. Design how people discover, choose, and pay in the fewest steps. Place complementary items or steps next to each other physically or digitally. Step 6. Test small and log. Run a tiny pilot, a day at a market, a week of posts, a handful of customers. Track what people actually choose and what questions they ask. Note what you'll change next round. Step 7. Embed and repeat. Align your regular offers with community routines and pay cycles. Show up consistently in a few key places rather than everywhere once. Step 8. Strengthen your backbone. Create simple backups for your biggest vulnerabilities. Write down your main processes so someone else could fill in for you. Monitor a few basic health signals, stockouts, lateness, complaints. Micro case studies you can actually run. Case Study 1. One-stop home support visit. Context. Many elders or busy families struggle with several small tasks: sorting mail, reading bills, tidying one room, checking light bulbs, or refilling basic groceries. Idea: offer a weekly or monthly home support hour where you visit and handle a short checklist of light tasks in one trip. Principles used: combine related needs into one visit. Design for low-income reality by offering clear, flat pricing. Flow: simple booking, fixed time slot, checklist agreed in advance. Embed by scheduling around pension or paycheck days. Case Study 2. Neighborhood multi-errand runner. Context: some people can't drive, hate long queues, or work odd hours. They still need pharmacy pickups, small